Hello everyone and welcome to a new video in our IFS Cloud video series. My name is Marcela Ușan, I'm an IFS consultant, and today I want to discuss about Appereance Designer in IFS Cloud, or how any company can implement its own branding, meaning colors and logo inside IFS Cloud, to make it to make their IFS Cloud environment more appealing to the end users. So let's see how this goes. But before going into the system, I would want to show what's possible in terms of appearance configuration. I will leave in the description of this video also the link to the full IFS documentation on how you can get this up and running. But basically, let's just cover what you can change with the Appereance Designer. So you will see there are a lot of properties that we can set up in Appereance Designer, and each property would belong to a specific place in IFS Cloud that we could change. So basically, we could change the logo with the W100 image property. We could change the app bar color. We could change the search color. We could change the color of the button that opens the navigator. When it comes to this welcome lobby page, we could put the logo. We could change the text to whatever we want. Also the color, also the font, we could change it. We could also add a background image, as you can see here. And if we go to the next one, just to show you again what's possible, we can also change how the section on the right, when you go to your user on the top right, will look like in terms of colors. Also the navigator, also the find page. You could change also the breadcrumb navigator color. You can change also the writing. You could change with the W410 color. And also quite interesting is you can change also the favicon in your browser tab. This is the small image that would appear on the top left side of your tab, which it's quite useful when you have multiple environments opened in different tabs. Then you could immediately see if you want to go from UAT to CFG, for example. You can just look by the favicon and find the CFG environment from the plethora of other tabs that you might have opened. Quite useful. And these are few of the things that we could configure. Don't worry about these codes. You don't have to learn them by heart. As I said, there is a URL that I will leave in the description of this video for the full IFS Cloud documentation, where you can learn how to set this up. But now let's go ahead and jump directly into the system. And as you see here, I'm in an IFS Cloud environment, in a UAT environment, and you see my welcome lobby page looks different. I typed in some nice text, "You'll rock today," and then I put a nice company logo. In this case, it's the Europa League UEFA logo. I changed the color. You see the color in the favorites. You see the color in the hovering in the navigator. And I left the color here white. But basically, let me show you how you do this. It's quite easy. So, and also one thing that you should also look at is the favicon. As I told you, we have here 3 different tabs. 2 of them are IFS Cloud. So you see here is the UAT. Maybe it's not that visible. Here it's CFG. So it's green. This one is blue. So I can distinguish between the two. You could imagine having maybe 15 different tabs open, and then you no longer know which one is your CFG environment if you want to work in CFG. Very useful, especially for IFS consultants that have a lot of IFS Cloud environments open at the same time. Good. Then let's go ahead and see how we can configure this appearance look and feel. So basically we go to the user on the top right, and here around the mid section we have Appereance Designer, and we would go to Appearance Configuration. In Appearance Configuration, once the page loads, we should see all the appearances. You can have multiple appearances set up, and then we will see how we can do the mapping so that each user could have a different appearance, or department could have a different appearance, or if you have an implementation spanning across multiple companies, you could make this appearance configuration per company, yeah, so that it's easier for the users. Good. Then, so all that we need to do is create a new appearance, yeah, with a plus sign. We give it a name, and then we will get some fields here defaulted. And here we see we have all the different properties that we could use. These are not all of them because we could still press the plus sign. You've seen in the previous images that I showed you, in the previous screenshots, that there are a lot of different things that we could set up. Yeah? So you don't need to learn this by heart because the text, the description of the code is quite self-explanatory, and you could use it like that. Yeah? What we could do here from Appearance Designer, we could change how the system behaves in light theme or dark mode. Yeah? So for those of you that did not know, so when you go to your user on the top right, you have a theme and you can choose light or dark. Yeah? Right now I'm in the light theme. If I change to dark theme, obviously everything will be black. But also here you have an option to change your colors. Yeah? Good. So let me just refresh out of here and change back to light mode, light theme. And then we will have a look at exactly what we could do with this Appearance Designer. Okay, let me just switch to light theme. Light. Okay, and now I have my own appearance configuration that I configured earlier available. No? So basically, we can set up a bunch of colors. Of course, if we don't know what we are changing, yeah, we should go through the documentation to see, but we could also go to, there is a preview that we could have a look at. So basically, let me just open up this different tab where I have my color hex website, and I could just choose a color. I just take the code, the hexadecimal code, I copy it in the W100 color, which should be this app bar background color. I'll just copy it here, just like that. And I could go to Appearance Designer, clear appearance cache, so that the new change is loaded, and then we can go to preview, and I will preview my context. And I need to do it again. For some reason it doesn't work from the first try. Yeah, and now you see I changed this app bar background color to green, yeah, to this color that I have chosen. No? Of course, if we want, we could also change the W502 color, is the color here of the shell, yeah, on the navigator, so the favorites, the bookmarks, and also the one that's indicating the folders. You see here, it's indicating folders, and also this find page color. No? So quite a lot of things that we could change. Very important also, there are some images that you can change. Yeah? So the logo. Yeah? So basically this app bar logo is the logo here on the top. And of course, when you want to define this, you need to load the picture like a JPEG or PNG as a resource. Yeah, so we can go to select resource or properties. Here we can see all the resources. And if we go to resources, here we can upload new images. Yeah, so here I just uploaded this Europa League, and also we have this favicon for UAT that appears on the top left. Yeah? So from here, from appearance configuration resources, we can upload new logos, new photos, new pictures. No? Let me go back. Yeah, so this is what we do from here. And of course, we have a lot of things that apply for the welcome lobby page. Yeah, so the welcome logo, which is again the Europa League, and then the font for the welcome username, the message, the font for the welcome message, and also obviously the welcome message text. You'll rock today, Mr. Ausan. Of course, this doesn't really make sense because if this is your company IFS Cloud, yeah, doesn't make sense to put a name here, but yeah, just to see how the changes will appear. Yeah, you'll rock today, Mr. Ausan. I also put a favicon image, and if we just go and do an clear appearance cache, clear appearance cache really quickly, and let's just do a full refresh. And we should see the changes once we go to the main page. So if I press on home, my home is the welcome lobby page. And you see, you will rock today, Mr. Aushan, which is quite nice. Good, then we go back into Appearance Designer, Appearance Configuration. And something to note is that from the appearance configuration, you can change how your IFS Cloud environment looks like, and the look and feel with your color, branding scheme, and your logo. But also, if we try to go to add a new property, you will also have here a lot of properties starting with M. Yeah, M. M is everything that has to do with mobile apps. Yeah, like your mobile work order, like your CRM companion, and so on. Yeah, so you see, whenever we have a Arena native app, like MVO, for example, mobile work order, if you want the users when they log into the MVO app to see a different color, a different logo, and so on, you would configure these properties here. Yeah. And whatever starts with W, this is the web properties, yeah, for the actual IFS Cloud. And we see there are a lot that we could change. Important to know also about this mobile appearance configuration, that you do it from the same page as the web configuration. So I'll cancel. Good. And these are some of the things that you could set up. And then it's very important, once this is set up, we need to publish this. Yeah. And in order to publish it, we will need to go to context mapping. And basically here in the context mapping, we have our different appearances, and also here we can do the exact mapping. Yeah. So when a certain appearance configuration should be applicable. Yeah. In this case, I just unpublished these other two configurations so that I just have one published configuration. Yeah. And basically, if we want to publish something, we just select the record and publish. And of course, here we need to put some conditions so that at any point in time for one given user, only one appearance will be applicable. Yeah, that's very important because the system needs to know which one to apply to a certain user. Yeah, and here we could do this mapping by company, by user group, or wage class, or even ledger for finance. What I've seen with my customers is that most of them would do it by company or user group, or the big majority of the customers just have one appearance configuration, not more, and they don't have one per company. They just have one global configuration, and they will just map it like user not equals if sub. That means it's applicable for all the users. No? Good. So this is also the appearance context mapping. What you need to pay attention to here, once again, is to make sure that the conditions that you set here are exhaustive. Yeah, so meaning that for your published context, for your published appearance IDs, you could only have just one for any given user. In this case, it's easy for me. I just have one that's published and should be applicable to all the users that are not IFS up, which is quite easy. Good. Then what happens is next is that once you set up your configuration, appearance configuration, you will need to, you could apply it to an application configuration, include it to an application configuration package to move it into a next environment, for example. Although from my experience, what I've noticed is that this type of configurations will seldomly be transported with from an environment to another one with an application configuration package, because usually you want your different environments to look and feel different. Yeah, so UAT should be different than CFG, so that it's like a visual impact. Users, when they log into CFG to test something, they know they are not in prod just by the color scheme. Yeah, that's also quite important, for a user to know that, okay, now they are not working in prod because it's the color green, and maybe in prod you have black or something else, depending what's your company color. Good. So this was all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's quite an easy to use configuration on how to set up this appearance. So until next time, stay safe and have a good rest of the day. Bye.